What's up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? We are a day late, and we are about an hour and a half late from what we originally said we were going to do it, but it's cool. It's all good. It's all good. We got games to recap, we got coaches to talk about, and we got to preview the divisional round of the playoffs. But I want to get into this first because this man might have lost himself a hell of a lot of money on Monday Night Football.
Mm-hmm.
Vikings versus Rams. Now, Rodney, you said that you had a lot to say about Mr.
Mm-hmm.
Sam Darnold. So, out of respect for you, my friend, I'm going to let you go first, and I'm going to do you even more of a solid. This way I can't interrupt you. I'm going to let you go. I'm going to pull myself off, give you the solo shot to talk to the people.
Oh, Vikings. Sam Darnold. Okay, so everyone saw what happened with the Vikings, 14-3. This is one of the best seasons that the Vikings ever had. You had Justin Jefferson balling, Jordan Addison balling, Sam Darnold was balling. For the first time in his career, Sam Darnold showed he was a capable quarterback coming out of USC. And then some of the Vikings fans were complaining and saying, if we have 14 wins, we should host a playoff game. We should not go on the road in the playoffs. So, what should have they done? This was their chance to show everyone, yes, we should have hosted a playoff game. This was our chance to show that we should have been the number one seed. What did you guys end up doing? You got your asses kicked by the Lions in week 18 to get the number one seed. You got your asses kicked bad. Sam Darnold had a terrible game. It's the Lions. Okay. No harm, no foul. Okay. You got a chance to bounce back in this game against the Rams. And guess what? The Rams, somewhat psychologically, are reeling from the fires in LA. But first, I want to say I hope everyone in LA is safe. You got my hearts and my respects. I'm sending my prayers to everyone in LA. But back to the playoff game, the Vikings had the chance to show everyone they deserved to host a playoff game. And what did you do, Sam Darnold? What did you do? You crapped on yourself once again. You crapped on yourself. And you could say, oh, the offensive line didn't protect Sam Darnold. He didn't have a lot of time. Well, guess what? Sam Darnold, you held on to the ball too freaking long. This was your one chance to show everyone you were not a system quarterback, that you were successful this year just because of the scheme, Kevin O'Connell's scheme. This was your chance to show them that you are you. But guess what? It's old memories all over again. You're seeing ghosts. You held on to the ball too long and you got your ass kicked by the Rams. And no disrespect to the Rams. They got a good defense, but they're not a great defense like the Eagles. They didn't have a great defense. They got a good defense, but not great. And you still got your ass kicked by the Rams. This was your one chance to show everyone that you are talented and to get a new contract. But guess what? You outright pooped in this game. And guess what? No team is going to give you a new contract. They're not going to give you a 4-year deal after these last 2 weeks. You're done. And guess what? You're a free agent. Minnesota doesn't have to pay you now. Because guess what? They still got J.J. McCarthy coming back next year. And I'm going to regret saying this. They got Daniel Jones. They got the offseason to tutor and train Daniel Jones to fit, you know, Kevin McConnell's system. They got that time to develop. So, Sam Darnold, this was your chance to get you a new deal in Minnesota, and you sucked. You sucked. You outright sucked. This was your chance to get it done, and you failed. And guess what? You're not coming back to Minnesota. You teased us the entire year in that game. You teased us. You outright teased us. And guess what? Minnesota don't need you. They saw what they needed to see. So you're not going to get a contract with Minnesota. You're probably not going to get a big contract with another team that needs a quarterback. And guess what? There's not that many teams that need a quarterback because a lot of them already have young quarterbacks that they're going to develop. And all the other teams, they got stars. So a lot of teams are not going to be knocking on your door for your services. So guess what, Sam Darnold? You're fucked. You are outright fucked. Because JJ McCarthy is going to have his chance to take over for the team when he's fully healthy. So in the meantime, Daniel Jones looks like he might have a chance to be the starter next year until JJ McCarthy comes back fully healthy because he was a top 10 pick coming out of Michigan, national champion Michigan Wolverines. He was going to be the starting quarterback anyways until he got hurt and missed the entire year. But once he comes back next year and he learns the system with Kevin O'Connell, who has proven to be a great offensive minded coach, JJ McCarthy is going to thrive. He is going to thrive. So I'm going to end this with Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold, you had a great year. You know, you proved some of your doubters wrong, some of them. But guess what? It's still true to this day. You cannot handle the pressure. You can't, and you're still seeing ghosts. Even with Jordan Addison, even with Aaron Jones, even with TJ Hawkinson, even with arguably the best receiver in the game, Justin Jefferson, you still couldn't win a playoff game. So what does that tell you? I'm sorry, Sam Darnold, but good luck in free agency, man, because Daniel Jones and JJ McCarthy is still on that team. They're going to take your spot either way. So, hasta luego, Sam Darnold. Have fun. Have fun wherever you go. Have fun in the Bahamas, wherever all the losing team goes. You had your fun, but it's over.
Okay. Okay. Now here's my rebuttal. Are you seriously pinning that entire loss, the whole loss, on the shoulders of Sam Darnold? You
Not
can't
all
be
of it.
serious.
Not all of it, but he held on to the ball too long.
No, 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 no,
So,
no, no, no,
and
no, no. He didn't have a choice. He didn't have a choice. I watched that game. That man didn't have a choice. He was back there praying for his mama. He wanted his life back because the offensive line in Minnesota did not block for him. That was not Sam Darnold playing bad. That was they didn't block for him. They didn't protect him. Sam Darnold didn't hold the ball too long. The Rams defense, who are young and hungry, and you know what? The most dangerous thing in the playoffs is youth. Because you don't know what you don't know. So you can play free. Because there's no looking back at last year, we didn't do this right. Sam has never been in the playoffs either, but he has seen a lot of playoffs. Justin Jefferson has never been in the playoffs. Actually, I take that back. Sam's been in the playoffs as a backup. He was with the Niners last year when they went to the Super Bowl. But again, Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, TJ Hawkinson, they couldn't get open. The Rams were double teaming Justin Jefferson so much that it was hard to tell he was on the field because you couldn't see him because they were double teaming him. That's not on Sam. That's good coaching by the Rams defense. And I don't know who their defensive coordinator is, but he clearly took a page out of the Lions playbook and tortured Sam Darnold in the offensive line. He took advantage of an offensive line that all year was suspect. The offensive line for the Vikings all year has been suspect. When the Lions beat the Vikings earlier in the year, is because the offensive line couldn't block. When the Rams beat the Vikings earlier in the year, it's because the offensive line couldn't block. We all remember the sack in the end zone that should have been called a face mask that ended that game. That wasn't on Sam. That was because the defense for the Rams was bracketing Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison. Hawkinson wasn't back yet. And they couldn't run the ball because they were in the end zone, and Aaron Jones would have gotten tackled for a safety. Offensive line was always suspect. Now, I'm not forgiving what Sam Darnold did. He did not play well. But what I say last week, when the Rams' offense is healthy, nobody can stop. And they're healthy. You've got Stafford, who's healthy. Puka Nacua, who's healthy. Cooper Kupp, who's healthy. They're healthy. It didn't matter what defense Brian Flores threw at them. They weren't losing Monday night for two reasons. One, the wildfires in California, which again, T's and P's to everybody in California. I really hope that this gets settled soon and that y'all are okay. They were playing for Los Angeles. They weren't just playing for themselves. When it came to the Vikings, Kirk Cousins had the same weapons and didn't do anything in the playoffs. We all remember when the Giants beat Kirk Cousins. And Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley ran through that Vikings defense. I'm not saying, and by the way, there's going to be a team that pays Sam Darnold. Maybe not to be a starter, but there's going to be a team that pays Sam Darnold. I know who that team's going to be. You're not going to like it when I say it, but I know who that team's going to be. Because they need a quarterback on they need a backup on their roster too.
I'm
It's
thinking
not the
someone.
Raiders. It's not the Raiders. It's an NFC East team, but it's not the Commanders, the Eagles, or the
Oh my
Giants.
god. Oh my god. Wow.
Jerry will pay Sam Darnold. Because he'll say that redhead reminds me of Andy Dalton. Who did Jerry pay to be Dak's backup a couple years ago?
That's
Who
not
did?
happening. It
Oh
can't
yeah,
happen
yes
because
it
here's the
is.
thing. You still got
They can
Cooper
afford it.
Rush and Trey Lance, so that's
Nope,
not possible.
nope, you don't. They're both free agents. Cooper Rush's contract ended this year, and so did Trey Lance's. They only have one quarterback on the roster, and it's Dak. And they can afford Sam because of how bad he played against the Lions and the Rams. They can now afford him. And Jerry Jones will say, that redhead looks just like Andy Dalton. And you're going to have to see Dak Prescott and Sam Darnold as your quarterback room next year. And I know that hurts you, buddy. I know it hurts you. It hurts your heart. But it's going to happen. Mark my words. Today is January 15th, 2025. The Dallas Cowboys will sign Sam Darnold to a at least 2-year deal.
Lord help me.
Because Dak is over 30. He is injury prone as it is. And Sam Darnold made himself look good enough to be a Cowboy. And Jer, listen, I've come up with a theory. Because my buddy was live last night and I asked him and his podcast partner, who's also a Cowboys fan, I asked him, I said, has there ever been a black coach in Cowboys history? No, there hasn't. Not under
No,
Jerry Jones.
no.
Do you know of, outside of Trey Lance, who wasn't a good quarterback, a black quarterback being the backup for the Dallas Cowboys?
Quincy Carter.
Okay, so that's one. And then Dak would make a starter, so but who does Jerry primarily sign to be on his team, to be his quarterback? Y'all signed Sam Darnold. Yeah, my bad. Andy Dalton. I got them confused. They both crazy. You signed Andy Dalton to be Dak's backup. You signed Cooper Rush to be Dak's backup. And you signed Trey Lance to be that third quarterback on the roster now. And you know what's going to be the icing on the cake? When T. Higgins goes to Washington to pair with Scary Terry and Jaden Daniels. You know why he'll go to Washington? Because he likes Jaden Daniels and he likes Terry McLaurin, and the Bengals can't afford him because they got to revamp their defense. And they
And
still
they
have to
got to
pay Jamar
sign
Chase.
Jamar Chase.
And you know what Jerry's going to do when T. Higgins goes off and plays great against them? Just like he did when Derrick Henry played great against them, buddy. He's going to say, well, we don't know if T would have had that season had he been in our system. We just don't run that type of offense. Yes, you do. You know how I know you do? Because the head coach of the Commanders is your old defensive coordinator, buddy. And now he's in Washington, and they're in the second round of the playoffs, and y'all sitting at home, and Jerry counting his money because that's all he cares about. It's going to be a very fun offseason for me. Now, I do hope, buddy, so that y'all can get a run game, that y'all draft Mr. Ashton Genty. Oh, wait, you can't do that. He'll be a high draft pick, and Jerry, he made sure big old Mike McCarthy, who, by the way, he let go of, he made sure Mike McCarthy won just enough games to keep them out of being able to get Ashton Genty. Because now he's going to say, well, I couldn't draft him. He wasn't there when we picked. And you know what I find the funniest part to be? Is we'll take this off because we don't need to be showing playoff teams when we're talking about Cowboys. But is that Jerry actually isn't stupid? You know how I know he's not stupid?
How?
Because he showed the entire world on some stupid TV show that he could do a great scene, a great television scene as an actor. And I found out that wasn't scripted. Jerry wasn't forced to say that. That was let Jerry be Jerry. So he's actually a competent adult. The problem is, he's a real good actor. Golden Globe nominee, real good actor. He just won't act like an owner and spend money to help the team. By the way, have y'all got them curtains yet over there in Dallas for CD Lamb and them wide receivers so they don't get blinded no more? I'm sorry, dude. I had to do it. It was right there. And but I am serious though. Sam Darnold will end up being a Cowboy. You know he will. You know he will. If Darnold goes to the Cowboy, hey, Scooter is just like Rodney. He's incompetent. He listen. Cowboys fans don't know anything. They think their teams don't. I had a Cowboys fan message me on Twitter that said, "You know we're going to win the Super Bowl." No, y'all ain't. Here's the funny part. As a Dolphins fan, I deal with the same pain every year. We make the playoffs and we lose. But here's the difference. Our owner actually will spend the money to try to get us a good team. So that way, when we don't make the playoffs, it does fall on the coaches, and it does fall on the players, and it does fall on the scheme. It doesn't fall on the owner. You know why it doesn't fall on the owner and the GM? Because they work in conjunction. You see, I said they. Because we have an owner and a general manager. We don't have an owner that's also the general manager like Jerry. They work together. So when we lose, we can't say, well, they didn't give Tua enough weapons. We have Tyreek and Jalen Waddle. We have Devon Achane and Raheem Mostert. Now we need to figure out our defensive coordinator because I'm tired of having the rotating line of defensive coordinators the last few years in Miami. We need to figure that out. But our offense is pretty good when we're healthy. When Tua is healthy, we're good. When Dak is healthy, y'all were still bad. So you can't even say that with Dak, y'all were real good. But we just mentioned the Cowboys, and I gotta ask, man. Big Mikey's out. He gone. Now, as as the resident Cowboys fan on this show, because God knows I will never be a Cowboys fan. The Lord blessed me with being a Dolphins fan and a Seahawks fan. He knew I couldn't handle the pain of being a Cowboys fan. But I'm just curious, when you saw this come across your screen, by the way, we've got some Senior Bowl stuff to get into in a minute as well. We'll talk about. I just got an email about the Senior Bowl, so we'll get into that in a second. But we got to cover this. Mike McCarthy, the Bears request to interview him. Now, here's the thing, though. Going into the season, I said they will not re-sign Mike McCarthy because he's on the last year of his deal. When do coaches normally get to the last year of their contract? Doesn't normally happen. It's not a normal thing. Not normal for players or coaches to make it to the last year of their deal. Right? That's not normal. It's not normal behavior, Jerry. He did it with Dak. He resigned him the day they played the Browns to start the season. He did it with CeeDee Lamb. He re-signed him a week before training camp ended. So that him and Dak didn't get any reps together, by the way. Because, CD was in Cabo. He's chilling. He wasn't going to be out there in California. I don't blame him. Or he was in Dallas and not in Oxnard. I don't remember exactly where it was he was, but he was not with the team. Remember, he held out for his money. Which, by the way, Michael Parsons did the same thing and still didn't get paid. He'll probably do the same thing this offseason, still won't get paid. Then he'll be in Philly in 2026. I'm thinking. But I laughed when it was announced that Jerry denied the Bears the opportunity to interview Mike McCarthy. Rodney, I got a question for you. It's a legit question. Does Jerry Jones understand or realize that he just screwed the Cowboys? Because here's my thing. No, let me go. Here's my thing, Jerry. You weren't going to re-sign him to begin with. But then you tell the poor Bears, who he probably wasn't going to go coach for anyway, because he loves the Packers still, you tell the Bears, no, you can't interview him. Okay, we'll go find Ben Johnson, Aaron Glenn, other coaches. Ron Rivera is who they went to. God help the Bears. They are so bad that they need Ron Rivera, Riverboat Ron, to come in and save them. And you know what? Maybe that's the way that Cam Newton gets back in the NFL. He'll be a backup for Caleb Williams. But, because he still hasn't officially retired, which I think is stupid, but still. But, does Jerry realize they now can't interview Ben Johnson, Aaron Glenn, Cliff Kingsbury, Kellen Moore, any of these coaches right now because the window to do virtual meetings is over? To do the virtual interviews, that's over because it's over the Wildcard weekend, and they no longer can do that because Wildcard weekend is over. So they have to wait until after the divisional round when all these coaches get called back in for second interviews with teams that are in person. They won't be able to get an interview with a coach. Does he realize that? So I got to thinking, because this popped up. Dion to the Cowboys. See, and this is why I brought up that under Jerry Jones, the Cowboys have never had a black head coach. You do realize that as much as he may claim that he loves Dion, and I'm sure, and Dion told Adam Schefter that Jerry called him and they talked and all that. He's never going to hire Dion Sanders. Reason being, Dion is too big of a star. He'll take away from Jerry's stardom. See, Jerry wants to be the face of the franchise. But when Dion's there, who do people talk about at Colorado? They talk about Dion Sanders, Shador Sanders, and Travis Hunter. Do they talk about the president of the university? I didn't think so. Or the athletic director? I don't even know that man's name. Dion's a star. All right, he's the name. In Dallas, Jerry's the name. Jerry's a star. He's never going to hire Dion. So I got to thinking, who would be a great option for the Cowboys to hire? And there's only one name I can come up with. And look, it's funny. And if it happened, it would be the equivalent of, trying to think of something, of Teddy Bridgewater coaching the NFL. Jason Witten. Now, I say that. No. I say that because that's another name that Adam Schefter brought up on Pat McAfee's show. Because Jason Witten won a state championship in Texas and still lives in Dallas. Now, Rodney, the floor is yours. How do you feel about Big Mike out in Big D? How do you feel about Dion to the Cowboys? And how do you feel about Jason Witten is going to be your next head coach? Go ahead. Go ahead.
You really had to do this to me, man.
I have fun.
There's more I want to say. There's more, a lot I want to say, but because this is going to be a long show.
Jerry Jones will probably be. Well, you can take all the time you need. You can take all the time you need. It's your team. By the way, Jerry Jones will probably be in Mobile for Senior Bowl week for like a couple days. We probably won't see him, but there will be clips that come out from that because there was last year. It'll be funny. I hope. God, you know what? Let's pray. Let's pray. God, I come to you with one request. Please, Lord, let me interview Jerry Jones at the Senior Bowl with Rodney. So I can ask that man, what type of gummy is him and Mad Dog Russo on so that I can take the same thing and feel as good as they do? That's right. I said it. Hey, look, Mad Dog has admitted that he's on gummies, okay? Mad Dog admitted he takes gummies. So I can say that about Mad Dog. Now, Jerry, I just think is senile. Our show's never getting lit for a TV. It's never getting lit to go off YouTube. We're going to be on YouTube forever. This is comedy gold, by the way. This is reality, though, for Cowboys fans. I want to preface this. We're making fun of it. Well, I'm making fun of it. But it's reality for Rodney and other Cowboys fans like him. Go ahead, Rodney. Your turn. I'll be quiet.
Fuck Jerry Jones. I knew he wasn't going to re-sign Mike McCarthy, but fuck Jerry Jones. You are an incompetent piece of crap. We don't deserve anything. We don't deserve Aaron Glenn. We don't deserve Ben Johnson. We suck. We suck. If you sign Kellen Moore, or if you sign Jason Witten, I'm telling you, Jerry Jones, I will get all the Cowboys fans and we will hunt you down. We will hunt you down.
Hey, you know I don't care how. Barry's world.
I don't know how. I don't care how much money you got. I don't care how much security you have. We will hunt you down.
What's and Dion. Wait a minute now. Hold on. Hey, I want to preface this. I didn't know he's going to start threatening. What is said by Rodney is not reiterated by me. Jerry, I love you. I want to go on your helicopter, take some gummies with you, and let's hang out.
Now, even Dion can't even save us. Because like Nick said himself, Jerry wants all the attention for himself. So if Dion goes to the Cowboys, it's not going to work long term because in order for it to work, Jerry Jones is going to have to give Dion control. And is Jerry Jones going to allow that? Absolutely not. So as of right now, I'm done talking about the Cowboys on this podcast.
No, you're not. Because I'm about to bring something else up.
We are going to talk about the good teams. Jerry Jones, I want some of your money. I want to someday work for the Cowboys.
No, we
But
don't.
dude, but
You
dude,
just threatened the man, and now you want to work for the organization?
I'm
Hey,
sorry,
wait a
man.
minute. I do need to add one more thing, though. This is important. This is an important detail. Do you realize? I don't think you realize what I'm about to say.
Oh no.
I've seen it said by some Cowboys fans that when Jerry Jones dies, the Cowboys will be better off. No, they won't. Because Steven's going to take over. And Steven
Yep.
has watched his father operate the same way for however long Jerry's on the Cowboys. And he's going to do it the exact same way. And they're never going to win a Super Bowl. The Dolphins will win a playoff game in my lifetime, but the Cowboys will never win a Super Bowl in your lifetime. I want to talk to your parents. I want to sit down and have a real conversation with your parents. And I want that conversation to be, why did you let your son become a cow? Why did you raise him to be a Cowboys fan? You live in Atlanta. You can root for the Falcons. It's not much better, but at least you would have seen a Super Bowl game in your lifetime as a Falcons fan. Not a win, but a game.
I would take 28-3 over the misery
I would.
that we've been through
I
as a
would. As a
as,
Dolphins fan, there's no chance in hell I would. I dealt with Tom Brady. I don't want to deal with him for another team. But speaking of Tom Brady, we got to talk about it. It's been surfacing a couple days. Apparently, Tom Brady is very heavily involved in the Raiders' search for a head coach. Now, I just want to say this. Nah, dirt, dipshits. He's won 7 Super Bowls with 2 different organizations. He was coached by arguably the greatest NFL coach and GM of all time in Bill Belichick. He then went to an organization in Tampa that was coming out of a Jameis Winston era in which the man threw 30 touchdowns and 30 interceptions. Literally putting another meaning to the word 30 for 30. But here's my thing. If I was the Raiders, if I'm Mark Davis, would you not want Tom Brady to be heading your search at head coach? If anybody in football would know better than Tom Brady, I'd love to meet them. Tom Brady knows exactly what it takes to win in this league. He's done it 7 times. He's went to 10 Super Bowls. We all want to talk about Montana being 4-0 in Super Bowls, and that's great. Tom Brady won 7 of them, including and I'm sorry, Falcons fans, a 28-3 comeback in the Super Bowl against the Falcons with Kyle Shanahan. And this is gonna make Commanders fans upset too, but it's a fact of life. Dan Quinn were the head coaches, or one of the coaches. I don't know who the defensive coordinator was, but Kyle Shanahan and Dan Quinn were the coaches that cost the Falcons the Super Bowl in what, 2016, 17?
16,
Yeah.
2016.
So he's involved. And for anybody that says he shouldn't be heavily involved because of his deal with Fox, kiss my ass. I would love for Tom Brady to come and work with the Dolphins. You know why? Get Mike McDaniel the fuck out of town. In what world is it okay for you to be like, well, we'll talk to Tyreek? We'll talk to him. The hell you will if he shows up. He may decide to be like Antonio Brown, and at the beginning of next year, we'll be in the middle of a drive, and he's just gonna take his jersey off. He gonna take his pads off, and he gonna dance his way out of Miami and go somewhere else, probably to Kansas City. Raiders, Mark Davis, let Tom Brady hire the coach. Let Tom Brady draft the quarterback. Let Tom Brady handle all the. Let him be the GM. Let him be part owner, but make him the GM. And by the way, people that say that he's interfering with his Fox job because he's got the Lions game this week and Ben Johnson is a front runner for the Raiders head coaching job, shut up. Because Ben Johnson doesn't have to do anything to impress Tom Brady, and Tom Brady doesn't need to do anything to persuade Ben Johnson away from the Lions. If Ben Johnson wants to leave the Lions to go be the Raiders coach, he's going to do it. And if Ben Johnson's already a front runner for that job, and Tom Brady is one of those people making the decisions, don't you think Brady already knows enough about Ben Johnson that he doesn't need to see more? He's already seen all he needs to see. This is the same man who had Josh McDaniel as his offensive coordinator. Now, true, Josh is a good OC, but Brady made him look like a great OC. Now, I will let Rodney take the floor with the rest of it.
Okay, so for all you people that say that he should not get involved with the search, if I'm not mistaken, he's a owner. He owns the half of the team, you numbnuts. What makes you think what makes you guys think he shouldn't get involved? He owns the team, he pays these people, and it's his choice. Dipshits. So yes, Brady deserves to get in. He knows what to do to win. He's been to 10 Super Bowls. There's a reason why he has virtually all the passing records all time. There's a reason why he's been to 10 Super Bowls. There's a reason why he's won 7 Super Bowls. There's a reason why he won the MVP 3 years. And I will say he should have had probably more MVPs, but other than that,
Aaron Rodgers has.
Other than that, Trey did say "Boo Tom Brady." I will say a little bit "fuck Tom Brady," but
hey, I'm the damn Dolphins fan in this bitch. I'm the only one that gets to say "fuck Tom Brady," and I get to say "fuck Josh Allen," even though I want Josh Allen to be MVP because I like Josh Allen. He's a good dude. But hey, you are a Cowboys fan. Tom Brady didn't impact your playoffs or your season very much. And Trey, you're an Eagles fan. Y'all beat him in the Super Bowl. You ain't got shit to say. That's my show, bitch. I'm taking back over. I'll see your ass at the Senior Bowl. We'll settle this then.
All right, let's get back to the playoffs. Please, let's get back to the playoffs.
Yeah, we'll talk about the last coaching stuff after we get done reviewing the playoffs. I probably should have waited for us to wait. Probably should have waited for us to finish reviewing the playoffs.
We don't have to talk about the Senior Bowl. Let's leave that for another time. We still got a week.
We're gonna talk about. I just want to announce something regarding the Senior Bowl, but we'll save that for the last segment of the show.
Yes.
It's Bover.
Ha 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 ha! I thought you was a believer. I thought you was a believer.
Hold on now. Bo made the playoffs. Dak didn't.
I thought you was a believer, you bitch. I thought you said that Bo was going to take over.
Hold on. I am a believer. But Josh Allen is really mean, and he bullies people. And Nick Benito didn't do his job. And I said the
You,
Bills were going to win.
oh, so now all of a sudden your
No. I said they
believer.
were going to win. I said that they were going to win.
Oh, oh, so you lost faith in your believer now, huh?
I would never lose faith
Huh?
in Bo. Bo. Well, I had a hard time watching this game because one, I wasn't at home, so I had to watch on my phone. Service sucked. Two, I really like Josh Allen, but I also really like Bo. I mean, we said it last week. My offensive rookie of the year is Bo Nix, and my MVP is Josh Allen.
Bo.
But you know what did you want Bo to do? He didn't have any protection.
Excuses.
Hey, I didn't
You hate to
expect
see
the
it.
Broncos. I didn't expect the Broncos to win. I thought Bo would play well, and he did. He played okay for a rookie. But the Broncos were never supposed to be here in the first place. To be fair, the Broncos were never supposed to be in the playoffs in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't believe I'm saying it publicly, but I would have rather seen Joe Burrow versus Josh Allen. I'm sorry, Bo. And I say that because it would have been a better game. Kansas City, why couldn't you just play everybody, huh? And now the lasting
Nice.
image of Bo is that he got beat up.
Nice. See how it feels.
Nah, I'm a Dolphins fan. I know how it feels. I am a Dolphins fan. I know how it feels. I am 21 years old and I've never seen a playoff win for the Dolphins. Now, I have seen a Super Bowl for the Seahawks, though. And I've also seen Tom Brady beat us in a Super Bowl. You still ain't seen a Super Bowl. Do you understand that Tom Brady played his entire career, his whole 22-year career, without playing the Cowboys in the Super Bowl? You realize that? He played the Giants
Can we get
twice. He played the Eagles. And he never played the Cowboys.
man? Get to the next fucking subject.
Oh, now you want to go to the next subject because I turned it back on you now, huh? All right. Here we go. I don't know, bro. Jordan Love may not be the guy.
Trey, this is your. This is for you. This is for you, Trey.
Trey, I will block you. I will report your ass to YouTube for being crazy. Are you wait a minute, hold on though. Hold on, are you saying that about my Dolphins or about his
He's
Cowboys?
talking about me. He's talking about me. He's talking
Okay, then
about
I'll
me.
allow it. I'll allow it.
But still, but let's have some positivity. I expected what was going to happen. The Packers had no chance
I think
with
we
a health.
expected the Eagles to win, but it's the
Yeah.
way they did it. They did it without the passing game, which I didn't expect. I mean, dude, but when you look in the fourth quarter, when you look over and you got AJ Brown reading a book, that should instead of watching film, that should tell you all you need to know.
Well, and I said it myself, and I thought about it. Jalen Hurts didn't need to do that much to win the game. I knew it because you have the offense surrounding you to where he doesn't
Yeah,
have
shout
to
out Tom
do
Duff.
enough.
Shout out Tom
Yeah, he
Duff.
didn't have to do enough. I mean, Saquon Barkley, he rushed for over 100, and he didn't even score a touchdown. So that tells you right there. So and Jordan Love, he had a sucky ass performance, 3 interceptions, man. So that just tells you that
Jordan no
the
love no
Philly.
more.
I mean, there's a reason why the Eagles had the number 1 defense in the first place, surrendering only 10 points to a good Packers team. So
I will say
it
this
wasn't
though.
surpri- it wasn't
I will
surprising.
say this though. The Eagles cannot play the Rams and only put up 22 points. You
Oh
got to
no,
put
they
up more
can't.
points than that because you're not going to stop
They,
the Rams offense. I don't care how good your defense is. The Vikings defense was great this year, and the Rams hung 27 on them, and probably could have hung more if they wanted to.
right. So yeah, it was no surprise Philly won. It was no surprise at all. I thought it was going to be a better fight with Green Bay, but I knew it was what was going to happen. So at least it wasn't as bad as Pittsburgh, as the Chargers and the Texans. At least it wasn't that bad. I mean, it's not like your quarterback threw three interceptions. I mean, it's not like that your quarterback was hyped up as a top five quarterback in the league, and people thought that he was going to win against an offensive line who wasn't that
My
good
bad.
earlier
My bad.
this year. I mean, it's not like your team has a returning guy from Michigan who won a national title, and everyone thought they were going to run around the Texans. It's not like your quarterback threw four interceptions and one
Wait,
of them
have we
was a
moved
pick
on to the
six.
Chargers and Texans game? Thought we were
I
still
mean,
on the.
I'm, I
Thought we were
mean,
still on the
I'm,
Packers Eagles.
I'm,
My bad.
I mean, it's not. I mean, it's not like your quarterback threw four interceptions and projected as a top five quarterback to a lot of people. I mean, Jordan Love, I'm sorry, but Justin Herbert, what's going on, man?
Yeah, let's
I
get
thought
into
you
this
for
game. This game to me, I watched it. I thought it was a very fun game for me because it was supposed to be going into it. I thought Justin Herbert, C.J. Stroud, two good quarterbacks, two really good quarterbacks. Justin, the hell, dude. You, first of all, you lost a couple years ago to Jacksonville. If you'll remember, that was at, what was it, 28 nothing at half, and Jacksonville came back and won the game.
that wasn't his fault. That was the defense.
Still, though, we partly blame Matt Ryan for the comeback that Brady had in the Super Bowl. Herbert has some fault for what happened in Jacksonville, but that was Brandon Staley.
But this one, he threw four interceptions and one of them was a pick six.
I cried because I love Justin Herbert. I loved you. I told you going into the weekend, this is my favorite game on the card because Jim Harbaugh is so funny.
All I have to say left about the Chargers is next year you can't keep depending on Lad McConkey. You just
No,
can't. I'm looking at the
no.
stats right now.
Lad did good, but he didn't do good enough. He's good, but he's not enough.
He had 197 yards by himself. No, I'm looking at the stats right now. No one on receiving has caught more than 20 yards receiving.
Yep.
Lad McConkey is the only person that got over 20 yards receiving. What does that tell you about the Chargers?
That they were stupid to let go of Keenan Allen and Mike Williams. That's what that tells me. They were
And
stupid.
everyone was saying, "Oh, J.K. Dobbins is back. You know, J.K. Dobbins, he's going to run on that Houston defense." Oh, well, guess what? J.K. Dobbins only had 26 yards rushing on 9 carries.
Yeah, J.K. didn't play good. But here's my
How
problem.
about how about Gus Edwards? What did he do? Seven carries, 22 yards.
Yeah, it wasn't pretty. It wasn't pretty. The fun part,
Nope.
the fun part for me was no, there wasn't a fun part of this game because CJ didn't play great. CJ struggled, especially early. Now they found it in the second half, but early on, CJ was struggling. But here's my thing: Jim Harbaugh and the Harbaugh brothers, they're built on defense and running the ball. That's what they're built on. That's what their dad coached. That's what they coach. That's what they do. Where the hell was the run game and the defense? Anybody know? Does anybody know? I have no fucking clue where they were. They didn't exist. They weren't around. What the hell were we doing? In what world? First of all, because isn't this the same goddamn organization that signed Ezekiel Elliott to their practice squad before the playoffs? Like that was gonna fucking do anything? J.K. Dobbins played himself out of the fucking league, and so did Gus the Bus Edwards. And genuinely, if Justin Herbert doesn't get the stick out of his ass, he's going to play himself out of the league because of his playoffs. He plays really good in the regular season, Justin. We're not taking away your regular season. But my God, you turn into Kirk Cousins in the playoffs. That's who he is. He's Kirk Cousins with a bit more athleticism and better arm strength. Because 28-0 against Jacksonville a few years ago, and we forgave you because Brandon Staley was your coach and we understood there were problems. This year you had Jim Harbaugh and you threw 4 interceptions against a Texans defense that was depleted. They were banged up. They were not healthy. And shout out Will Anderson Jr. because that man is gone. He is a scary motherfucker. And if I ever see him in person, I'm going to ask him for forgiveness. I haven't said anything wrong to him. It just feels good or feels right for me to ask him for forgiveness. I've never said a bad word about him. I love him. Bama boy, did great at Bama. Love him in Houston, but I feel like I should ask him for if he'll forgive my apology, and I should apologize for something because he scares me. He scares me. By the way, the team we're about to get into, like I did with you for the Vikings, I'm gonna do with me for the that the other team we're about to talk about. Put myself on a solo shot. Just let you hear what I got to say because I got some words, a lot of words for the next team we're going to talk about.
I
They're not
think I
going to
know
like.
who you're about to talk about.
They're not going
I
to like the
feel it.
words I have to say. You can say who you think it is. I'll tell you if you're right.
You're talking about Pittsburgh.
Yep, I'm going to talk about them. But we also, I think I picked the Chargers to win this game. Actually,
I did too.
yeah. So, damn, we were wrong. We were so wrong.
Dead
But
wrong.
yep, it's cool though. Um, Chargers and Texans. I got nothing else to say about this game, honestly.
Me
I'm
neither.
kind of solely focused on the other team I'm about to talk about. So let me hide and remove, and then we're gonna just remove you real quick, and then I'll pop you back in when I'm done talking about this team. It's gonna be fun. Okay? That stupid Hawaiian bitch. Russell Wilson, go to hell. Nobody in Pittsburgh wants you. Your mama don't want you. Your daddy don't want you. Sierra don't even want your ass anymore. She's just using you now for money. And she's using you because, your ass is fucking, I don't know, good in bed or something. I don't know. Russ, you don't cook. And you're not Mr. Unlimited. Russell Wilson? Russ, buddy, bitch, ho! I'm so done. I'm so done with your ass. Oh my God. How in the hell do you lose? What was it? 5 straight to end the regular season, and then you lose in the playoffs. And I understand it's the Ravens, and they figured out that they have Derrick Henry on their team, so they ran the ball. But like, how? Like, I look at the Steelers. You got TJ Watt. You got Cam Hayward. You got Minka Fitzpatrick. By the way, Derrick Henry, what you did to Minka was wrong. Wrong. It was disrespectful. You need to apologize to that man. That was a crime what you did to Minka Fitzpatrick. But this offense is so bad. Y'all were so bad in the first half. In the second half, you at least scored. But you didn't do enough, Russell Wilson. George Pickens, get the hell out of town. Mike Tomlin said there's going to be some changes at the top. Maybe we need to start with changing Mike Tomlin. I think Mike Tomlin needs to get fired. They don't need to trade him. They need to fire Mike Tomlin. I understand. I might sound crazy. What do you mean? Pittsburgh's always in the playoffs. They've always got, or they never have a losing record. They're always an above 500 team. I don't give a fuck. In this league, is what have you done for me lately? And you know what the Steelers have done and what Mike Tomlin has done for Pittsburgh lately? Jack shit. They've done nothing. Mike Tomlin is quite possibly the worst winning coach in NFL history. He never has a losing record. He's always above 500. That's real cute. Guess what? It doesn't matter because in the first round of the playoffs, they're going to get their asses exited anyway in a brutal beatdown by either the Bengals, Ravens, or Browns. The Browns! Or, better yet, they go to Kansas City or Buffalo and have Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes tie them up and beat them with a stick. They're an embarrassment to football. I am embarrassed to... I know Steelers fans. Look, the days of Ryan Clark and Troy Polamalu and Harrison, what the fuck was his name? I can't remember his name. Ben Roethlisberger's not coming back to save you. Okay, you actually, I know people don't want to say it, but Devlin Hodges tried. Okay, he was running for his life, but he tried. But like the Steelers are a bad team, and I know Mike Tomlin said, for teams looking to trade for him, don't waste your time. Pittsburgh, don't waste your fucking time. Fire him now. Fire Mike Tomlin. It's time. Here we go. Steelers bullshit needs to end. The towels need to go to hell. So does fucking Renegade and any other bullshit song, the Super Bowl song. The stupid Super Bowl song. The Steelers are almost as bad as the Cowboys. Except, I will say, the Steelers fans at least they know we're going to go 10-7, make the playoffs and lose. They know that's going to happen. They understand that's what's going to happen. But at what point do we go, you know what, Mike? You done great for us, buddy. You won us a Super Bowl. You did real good. Great job, buddy. And look, I understand the past and the present players, they all love Tomlin. And I also understand that the family, all the Pittsburgh Steelers, they don't like a lot of turnover. They treat everybody like family. But at some point, you got to look at Mike Tomlin and go, bro, you always had a winning record. It's time to move on. It's time to move on. It's been time to move on. I've said my piece. I will bring Rodney back in. I've said my piece. Go ahead.
Well, damn, Nick.
Rebuttal, or say something, or agree with me. I don't care. I'm tired of the Steelers, and Mike Tomlin got to go.
Well, damn, Nick. I wasn't expecting all of that. Sheesh. I pretty much said. You pretty much said everything that I thought. I mean, Mike Tomlin needs to get fired. I mean, they don't fire head coaches. That's the problem. I mean, there's a reason why they've only had 3 coaches. You lost 5 games in a row.
You need to go.
I mean,
I don't know what else that needs to be done. I don't know what else that needs to be done. Russell Wilson, Sierra, go to Cancun. I don't give a fuck.
Sierra needs to divorce Russ. He is ruining her reputation.
I said What happened in that game is what I said was going to happen. Derrick Henry was going to run their asses out the field, and look what happened. Derrick
Derrick
Henry
Henry needs to
ran
be
their
arrested for
asses
what he
out the
did.
field.
By the way, J.J. Watt did say today on Pat McAfee's show, I just want to bring this up, that T.J. Watt is in a contract year next year, so he's on the last year of his deal in Pittsburgh, so maybe he'll go somewhere where he can actually win. Probably not Dallas, because,
Well,
well, he can't win there. But
well, TJ said. Well, I saw in the interview. TJ said he wants to stay in Pittsburgh. He doesn't want to go anywhere else. But here's the
yeah, you
thing,
know who else said that?
TJ,
You know who else said that, though? You know who else said that,
your
though?
brother, your older brother.
J.J. said that about Houston. You know who else said that?
Hmm.
You know who else said that? Saquon said that about New York. You know, Kirk Cousins said that about Washington, about Minnesota, and about Atlanta. Um, Daniel Jones said that about New York. Not that I'm trying to say that Christian McCaffrey said that about Carolina. But then as soon as he got traded, he was good to go. And he was happy.
We don't need to say any more about them suck ass Steelers, man.
I will say
Like,
this though. Derrick Henry needs to be arrested for what he did to Minka Fitzpatrick. That is a crime. You abused an Alabama defensive back for no reason at all. One of your teammates, and you hurt him.
that's King Henry.
You know, you know who the Cowboys need to hire? Mike Tomlin. Because you know you'll get a winning season and then exit in the first round of the playoffs. So there really won't be a change from Mike McCarthy, except you know every year you'll be in the playoffs, only to lose.
Now, let's get to the game that actually was entertaining. The
Yep,
only game that was not a blowout. And man, oh
Baker
man, oh
cooked, but he
man,
didn't cook enough. Baker
man,
overcooked.
oh man.
He burnt. Baker burnt the cookies, and the milk was spoiled.
I was not expect. I will admit, I like Jaden Daniels, LSU
Nobody expected the
Heisman
Commies to
Trophy.
win.
I did not expect that to happen.
Nobody did.
Washington, Jaden Daniels, Dan Quinn, I will give y'all my utmost respect because y'all did, and I will say this, the NFL, y'all screwed up by not having Baker Mayfield in the Pro Bowl. Because Baker Mayfield had the same amount of touchdowns as Lamar Jackson, 41.
Yep. Yep.
So how did Baker Mayfield not even make the fucking Pro Bowl?
Because
That
Sam
really
Darnold.
doesn't.
Because of Sam
And look what
Darnold.
happened with Sam. And look what happened with Sam Darnold.
I know.
But Washington, all respect to your upset against Tampa, but this ride is going to have to end.
Oh,
It's
it's
going to
over.
have to end. It's going to have to end somehow.
It's over. With
And,
who they're playing
and
in the divisional round, it's over.
let's talk. Let's. All right. So, anything else you need to say about the Commanders?
Jaden Daniels impressed me, and you know what? Maybe I was wrong, and maybe Bo should have won the Offense Rookie
Now, let's get to the divisional round.
Hold on. We got a couple games to talk about before we get to that game. And we're gonna start with personal favorite of mine, actually. I
Oh,
know it's actually Ravens at Bills, but I was making this late, so Bills versus Ravens.
this is gonna be
This is my MVP versus your
versus
MVP,
my MVP.
which is actually a good because if you notice, Bills is kind of on my side of the screen, Ravens is on your side of the screen.
Mm-hmm.
And your MVP plays for the Ravens, and mine plays for the Bills. Now,
Yeah.
Rodney, who is your pick? Who wins this game?
I mean, do I really need to really explain? I mean, it is the real MVP and the real
You bitch.
arguably best running back in the league. I mean, how in the world are you going to go up against King, hear ye, King Henry? I understand, Josh
You
Allen
bitch.
has had an MVP year, but here's the thing that defense is not going to stop Derrick Henry. If you saw what Derrick Henry did to the Steelers, what makes you think the Bills are going to stop that running game against Derrick Henry? And also, if you stop Derrick Henry, oh, well, guess what? Lamar Jackson can run too. He can run 100 yards by himself. Oh, but wait, shut down the running game. Guess what happened? Lamar got weapons. You got Bateman. You got Aguilar. You got Likely. You got Andrews. You got Justice Hill. So what are you going to do? And also, you going up against a defense that has gotten better later in the season. That bend don't break. The Ravens defense has improved. And look what they did against the Steelers. Yes, the Steelers don't have the offense like the Bills, but they practically shut them down. Now, they made some mistakes on that Pickens touchdown. I will say that. But this defense is going to find a way to slow down that offense because you don't have to worry about the running game too much because James Cook is solid, but he's not like a Saquon Barkley. So he's not Saquon. James Cook is good, but he's not
He's
Saquon.
explosive, though.
But not Saquon explosive. He's not even Derrick Henry.
Ah,
He's not even Derrick Henry explosive.
Derek's not that explosive anymore.
You fucking bitch.
Hey, man.
All right, all right.
Listen, I got you.
The last thing I'm gonna say is the real MVP is gonna win. Lamar Jackson is gonna go to Buffalo in the cold and beat the freaking Bills. And the real MVP is going to win the game and go on to the conference championship. And Derrick Henry is going to run his ass on you guys. He's going to stuff a mold hole on your candy asses.
Okay, that's real cute. That's real cute. That's real adorable. That's really adorable. And you're right. The real MVP will win.
Oh,
Josh Steinfeld. Josh Allen. And you know why he'll win? Because Josh has something that Lamar doesn't have, that we know of. Josh has a woman behind him. He has a woman supporting him. And when a man has a good woman behind him and supporting him, there is nothing that man cannot do and will not do. Listen, Josh Allen made sure that his girl got her ring so that he could go get his without any pressure added. And let me explain something else to you. Now, again, I don't know if Lamar's got a girlfriend or a fiance or any of that. I don't think he does. It's not public knowledge, but I don't know. I know that he's 5-0 since his mama cussed his ass out, and then he's been playing the best ball of his career since his mama cussed his ass out. But mama's words will not impact this game this weekend. No, no. Haley Steinfeld is going to help Josh Allen win that game, and we're going to get Josh versus Patrick. Josh is going to do it again. He's going to whoop Patrick's ass. He's going to go to the Super Bowl against the Lions, and he's going to beat the Lions in a shootout. Just like he did a couple weeks ago in Detroit when he beat the Lions, he's going to beat them again. This is Josh Allen's year. Now, do I believe that what I just said is going to happen will happen? Hell no. Because the Ravens defense scares the hell out of me.
yeah.
But they say you never bet against Brady. And you never bet against Mahomes. I'm not betting against Josh. Josh has a woman behind him. And I believe in Josh Allen. Also, I think if Sean McDermott doesn't get it done, his ass is gone in Buffalo. If they don't get it done this year.
I disagree.
But do I think Josh? I will say this though. Now that the whole first team All Pro thing came out, and Lamar's first team All Pro quarterback and Josh's second team All Pro quarterback, and apparently the first team All Pro quarterback always wins the MVP, which I think is stupid. I guess Lamar's going to win MVP, which I think is stupid because I don't think it's right for him to win 3 straight. But I feel like Joe Burrow should be the MVP if we're really going off numbers. He had the best year statistically of any quarterback. But I get he can't because, they didn't make the playoffs or whatever. But Josh Allen is going to show up. Plus it's going to be snowing in Buffalo. It's going to be snowing in Buffalo. I believe in Buffalo. And it pains me to say that because I'm a Dolphins fan. But God damn it, Josh Allen is the white Lamar Jackson. He's going to win that game. Josh Allen is Big Ben and Lamar Jackson in one person. I believe in Josh. Next week is going to be very painful when it's Ravens Chiefs in the AFC Championship.
Are you done?
Yeah, I'm done. We're moving on. Next
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
Hey, this is going to be a great game, though, between the Bills and the Ravens.
It's going to be great. Definitely going to. I think it was going to be the best.
Hell yeah. Let's talk about this one. I'm just going to say my game pick and then let you do the analyst stuff. Or you can just say your game pick because this isn't as big of a game as what Bills Ravens is.
Right.
I think Rams win it. I think 27-24.
Ooh.
I think they shut down Saquon Barkley. I think they force Jalen to have to throw, and I don't think he can make the throws to AJ and Devontae.
I totally disagree because if I'm not mistaken, these guys played in a regular season, and how many
Yeah,
rushing yards?
but
How many? How many?
that Rams
How many?
defense play.
How many rushing yards did Saquon have?
I wasn't.
255.
No,
255.
anybody can run for 255. I do it in Madden all the time.
But you can't do it in real life.
I ran for 400 yards in Madden today with Saquon Barkley, actually. Won me the Super Bowl. I was
All I
playing in the
gotta say,
Broncos. I got Bo Nix a Super Bowl ring.
all I gotta say is with this game is it will be a highly close matchup, I think. But I just think if even though the Rams did what they did with the
Vikings.
Vikings, this is a total different team. Saquon is at his bag. He is at his best. And a lot of people are going for the
He's
Rams.
old.
I just don't see it. Especially with the Eagles having the number one defense. And people are going to say this is the playoffs. It's different than the regular season. I get that. But remember, this is the same team 2 years ago made the Super Bowl. They didn't have Saquon on their team at that time, though. So with AJ Brown, Devonta Smith, Dallas Goddard, you seriously think that this team is not going to win? I respect the Rams. I respect the healthy Rams. I respect Cooper Cup. I respect Puka Nakua. I respect Matt Stafford. I respect Sean McVay. But this is the Eagles. This is Jalen Hurts. This is AJ Brown. This is Dallas Goddard. This is Devonta Smith. This is Saquon Barkley and the number one rated defense in the league. It'll be close. I got the Eagles. They're going to have to score over 20 points, obviously.
Uh-huh.
They might have
Yep.
to score 30. They might have to score 30. I say 30-17. Eagles.
Okay, that's real cute. That's adorable. Rams are going to win. All right, so you're on the Ravens. I'm on the Bills. You're on the Eagles. I'm on the Rams. We're going to
Sorry.
disagree on all of these, I think. All right, next game Texans versus Chiefs. I'm just going to say I got Patrick Mahomes. Until somebody beats them, I've got them.
I want the Texans to win because I don't want the Chiefs to go farther, but we really don't need to spend much time on this game. I mean, Texans, you had a great game against the Chargers, but you have the refs, you have the Chiefs who are trying to three-peat. So, yeah, Chiefs win. Next one.
I'll look at it like this. The preseason for the Chiefs is the offseason. The regular season for the Chiefs is the preseason. And then the postseason for the Chiefs is the season. Patrick Mahomes
Yep.
plays his best in the postseason. Travis Kelce plays his best in the postseason.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to win. They're going to until somebody beats them, I can't say that they're beatable. Now there's only one team to beat them this year, and that man was not led by Lamar Jackson. The team was led by Josh Allen. I just want to point that out. But okay, yeah, okay. Talk. And then next week when it's Bills Chiefs, we gonna talk a lot about your boy Lamar and how he couldn't get the job done. But yeah, we're both on the Chiefs, right?
Yeah.
This one
I
could
really
be
ain't got
fun.
much. No. I get. I Here's the thing, though. I
Oh, the
get
Commanders
what
getting
you're
their
gonna
ass
say.
kicked.
Oh, never mind.
What were you gonna say?
I thought you were gonna go on the Commanders, but
Hell no, I ain't
okay.
stupid. I ain't
Detroit,
stupid.
Detroit, man. Oh my God.
Listen, with Sonic and Knuckles back there, I ain't stupid. They're gonna get their ass ran through.
David
To
Montgomery could
quote,
be back.
in fact,
Montgomery could be back. Yep.
yeah, he is gonna be back. To quote my podcast, podcast friends, JB and DJ Seaway. JB, you'll meet tomorrow night when we're on here for the Senior Bowl stuff. They gonna get their ass ran through just like the Kardashians do. Hey man, that's what Seaway say. That's what Seaway say. He said they like the Kardashians. They gonna get their ass ran through. Listen, hey, that's what my boy Seaway says. Okay, that's what my boy Seaway says. I'm
Washington,
sorry.
you have no chance. Washington,
It's over.
th- this is the best team in the league. The best
Yep.
team in the league.
It's the
The
sad
best
part. They're not even
offense in the
healthy.
league.
The Lions aren't even healthy on defense, and they're still gonna whoop their ass
They're probably going to score 30. They're going to score 30.
for 30 in the first half.
I wouldn't go that far. They could.
I
They
will.
could.
Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jameer Gibbs, J-Mo, Tim Patrick,
La-
Jared Goff, and
Sam Laporta.
Monty. Yeah, Sam Laporta. So plus that look, bro, they're gonna be doing fucking hook and ladders to Penei Sewell and the offensive lineman again in the fourth quarter. Like they're gonna do some bullshit because this game's gonna be funny or over by the fourth quarter. So they're gonna be like, well, we gotta keep the fans entertained somehow. So let's just have fun with it.
And you know what Dan Campbell's going to do?
He gonna laugh his
If
ass
if
off.
it, if it's 4th and 2, you know
He
what
gonna go
Dan
for it.
Campbell's going to do? He's
He
going to
gonna go
go
for
for
it.
it. And he's
If
going to
it's
butt your
4th and
kneecap.
15, if it's
He's going to
fourth and
go
15, he
for it.
gonna go for it.
He's going to bite off your kneecaps and eat them for lunch.
Oh, buddy, he's already biting off kneecaps. Because look, bro, who is the defensive coordinator that last year for the Cowboys beat the Lions? Dan Quinn. Who's the head coach of the Commanders?
Dan Quinn.
Who do you think the Lions are going to solely focus on beating the dog shit out of since the 49ers are no longer aren't in the playoffs?
Dan Quinn.
They going to whoop his ass. Dan Campbell going to bring his belt and he gonna put ass or belt to ass, just like The Rock do.
Boots to faces.
Nope, belts to asses. He gonna beat the hell out of the Commanders. And Jaden Daniels, we're sorry, but look, you'll win the Rookie of the Year, so be happy.
Yep.
It's gonna look like Jaden Daniels is a little boy versus the Lions. He ain't gonna know what hit him.
Yep.
Oh, all right, brother. We got one more segment to talk about. This one hurts. Vrabel is in New England. Here's why it hurts for me. The Patriots are back. We had our window. The Dolphins had a great window. It's over. I'm gonna let you take the lead on this though, because obviously it was a black head coach in Gerard Mayo that was fired in favor of a white head coach in Mike Vrabel. So I'm gonna let you take the lead on this, and I'm gonna pull my.
So I really don't understand why the Patriots fired Gerard Mayo in the first place. He came in at the worst possible time. A team that really had nothing, and yeah, you got Drake May, but what did you expect was going to happen when the whole entire team is garbage? So you fired Gerard Mayo, which was stupid, and he only had 1 year. Absolutely stupid. So you brought in Mike Vrabel. Okay. So now the Patriots, we don't know what the future is going to hold for them. But you got a quarterback for the future. You got your quarterback of the future. So you don't need to worry about that. And you got the number 4 pick in the draft. So you have some needs. You need some receivers for Drake May, and you probably need to bring some weapons on the defense. So there's going to be some decisions in the offseason in regards with New England, but you absolutely should have not have fired Gerard Mayo. He didn't have a lot to work with. To fire him after only 1 year, that was absolutely positively freaking ridiculous. You really didn't give him that much of a chance in New England. And that really just boggles my mind that you fired him after only 1 year. That's just crazy to me, for real. But you got a top 5 pick. You know, you really could have been number 2 in the draft instead of number 4, but what the hell? So what are you going to do in the draft? Because you had a chance at Travis Hunter, but you fucked that up. Instead of potentially being number 1, you guys are number 4. So you're not going to get Travis Hunter. Y'all fucked that up by winning your last couple games. Y'all fucked that up. Y'all could have got Travis Hunter, but y'all blew it. Y'all blew it. So you fired your coach after 1 year, and y'all really messed yourselves up. So you need to get a receiver. There's going to be some receivers in this draft because there's not going to be no quarterbacks, but you don't need a quarterback. So y'all shouldn't have fired, Gerard Mayo in the first place. That sucked. So, y'all lost a chance to get Travis Hunter, so y'all screwed up. And I'm still mad at y'all that y'all fired Gerard Mayo because he shouldn't have gotten fired. So I really ain't got much to say left about the Patriots, but good luck, Mike Vrabel. You're not a bad coach. You are a good coach. You led the Titans to the conference championship in 2019 with not that good of a team besides Derrick Henry, obviously. So I think he'll be good in New England. But Robert Kraft, forget you for firing Gerard Mayo. Forget you for that. I really ain't got much to say about the Patriots anymore. Y'all messed up by losing out on getting Travis Hunter, the best player in the draft. Y'all messed that up. So good luck, Mike Vrabel in New England. I ain't got nothing left to say about the freaking Patriots because y'all suck right now. Y'all really do suck, and you missed out. So don't screw up with Drake May. Just don't screw it up. So as long as you don't screw it up with Drake May, you guys could be a solid team in the years coming. You could be competitive. Maybe, just maybe. If you get some people surrounding Drake May, maybe you could compete to the Dolphins and the Bills. Just maybe. Probably not, but maybe. So, Nick, I pretty much said everything I need to say about the Patriots. They screwed up on firing Gerard Mayo. So, Nick, if you got anything else you need to say about New England, you're more than welcome to. But I am just really mad that they did that to Gerard Mayo. And he didn't have a lot of time to work with the Patriots as the head coach. So I really did not like that move at all. And I shook my head when I heard the news. So I'm still mad to this day. Still mad.
Right. Yeah. I was gonna let you finish with what you were saying. Um, I just got one thing to say regarding Mike Vrabel, and look, I think it's uh horrible what happened with Gerard,
Yeah.
and the way they did him. I mean, you literally left the cupboard bare because you didn't have a quarterback when you fired Bill Belichick. You knew this was going to be a rebuilding year anyway, and yet you allowed it to stay that way. But I do want to say this. I want to show you what I tweeted out today, which is that if I'm Mike Vrabel and the Patriots, I'm hiring Dan Orlovsky as the offensive coordinator or quarterback coach for Drake May immediately. The only way, because what you're doing the same thing with Drake May that you did with Mac Jones. You're not giving him a competent coordinator. Please give him a competent coordinator. I don't know why. So I used the AI thing on Twitter to make that photo of Dan, obviously. Bro, I don't know why it looked like that. I don't know why he looked so fat in that picture, but he knew. Um, I'm gonna go with the puffer jacket being the reason. Maybe it's a puffer jacket. I don't know, bro. He a big boy though. He a big boy though. But I just wanted to share that. Um, and real quick, Rodney, you don't know what's been going on, so I'm gonna pull you off for a second, and then bring you back on. We'll speak on something real quick. So earlier today, let me take this off. Earlier today, in on Twitter, there were some allegations about someone that I look up to, that I have respect for, in the wrestling space and the content space. I'm not going to say his name. I'm not going to give him the attention. Um, but I want to say to any content creator, especially the female content creators that had to deal with this man or had a relationship with this man, that was supposed to be solely work and business. I apologize to all of you. You should never have to feel the way any of you have seemingly felt lately on Twitter. We'll get through this together as a community. I'm always here for any of you. If you ever want to talk or need to talk, hit me up on X, Instagram. I'm not going to say TikTok because I think that's going away on Sunday, but anywhere else, you guys know where to message me, and I'm always here for you. Um, I have nothing but love and respect for everybody that does it the right way, uh, and that doesn't take advantage of people and doesn't abuse their power. I will have respect for people that don't just focus on the number, but they focus on the people. which this guy seemingly focused on the number, not the people. Again, I'm not going to say his name because I'm not going to get into it, and I'm not going to speak ill of him because I don't know the whole story. All I know is what I've seen today on Twitter, and it's disgusting what I've seen, and I'm embarrassed that I wanted him as a guest on our podcast, tried to get him to be a guest on the podcast, and never did work out, and I'm thankful for that I never got to that point of having that working relationship with him. Um, Anybody that knows who I'm talking about, please refrain from saying his name to the comments because I'm not trying to worsen his name than what it's already being drug online. He put out a video today. If you guys know what I'm talking about, you can go watch it. I'm not going to link it or say his name or anything like that. I just wanted to apologize to all the creators that have felt less than by this gentleman. Uh, and to anybody that's ever been on my channel or ever watched my channel, I joke, I cut up a lot, I make remarks all the time, but I do it with nothing but love and respect for all of you. I have nothing but love and respect for all of you. Um, I just want to put that out there. And again, I'm never gonna say anything about. I'm never gonna say his name, and I'm never gonna speak ill about anybody in the space because, quite frankly, a lot of people in this space have actually helped me get where I'm at today, and I'm not going to try to ruin any of those relationships. I know people that have friendships with him that have worked with him, and I'm not going to say that those people are bad people because they worked with him because they're not. I'm not going to say he's a bad person because of the allegations because I don't know what's true and what's not true. But reading what I've read, and I know him a little bit, and from what I take from him online, he doesn't seem like that great of a guy. But again, I don't know the full story. I don't want to really know the full story. Um, and I'm not telling you people, I'm not telling anybody who to like or who not to like or who to respect or who not to respect. Um, but just be a good human at the end of the day. There's a lot of issues going on in this world. Don't be one of them. Be a good person. Take care of your neighbor. Um, and just don't be a dick. Honestly, like just don't be a dick. That's all I really have to say on that. Rodney, I'm gonna bring you back in now. You you good?
Yeah.
But yeah, I just want to get that off my chest and say that I've seen a lot of shit on Twitter today, dude. It's I'll send you some of it if you want to know more about it. But just yeah, I respect him. I had respect for him, and he helped grow the wrestling space the way he did, and it was great. But I'm just not. That's just not how I do. That's not how we're built on doing it. Like just treat people with respect. That's all I ask. Just don't be a dick to people online because you never know what somebody's going through. And look, I don't know if what I read today is true or not true, but at the end of the day, if it was weird timing that all that came out, and then he's like, "I'm gonna step away from being a content creator." So like, it doesn't look great on him right now, but this is just what we're just now getting on the surface, and I'm not gonna speculate on more because again, I didn't even know this until today. Apparently, this has been going on for 2 days, and I didn't even know about it till today because Monday and Tuesday I was busy with friends and family, and I wasn't on my phone. I went on Twitter, and then today I was working and had some time on Twitter, and all this stuff hit, and I was very confused. I don't have all the details, but what I've read is just not a good situation. And look, for everybody involved, including him, I hope everybody can move forward and have good relationships with people because at the end of the day, if we're not working together, then none of us are going to be successful. Anyway, that is the show for today, ladies and gentlemen. We have talked about it all. We've talked about football. We've talked about Dion, the Cowboys, or as I like to call it, Jason Witten is going to be your coach. And we talked about Sam Darnold going to get paid by them Cowboys. Jerry will pay him because he look like Andy Dalton. Uh, um, thank you guys for listening, watching, viewing, subscribing. Make sure to like and subscribe. Follow us on Instagram at Nick Beasley Show, or actually I think it's at Nick B.E. Show. On YouTube, Nick Beasley Show. On Twitch, it's the Nick Beasley Show. Follow us on all those platforms. Follow us on X at Nick Beasley Show as well. Or that also might be at Nick B.E. Show. Just look up Nick Beasley Show and you'll see the channel. It's a picture of me. You can't miss it. I'm the face of this pitch. Make sure to follow Rodney, RJK, Forever 4, I believe, on Instagram.
RJK underscore forever 2.
RJK underscore forever 2 on Instagram. My bad.
On YouTube, follow me on RJK forever 4.
Okay, that's what it was. I knew one of them was forever 4. But yeah, man. And look, I would say follow us on TikTok, but I don't know if that bitch gonna be here on Sunday. So I wouldn't waste your time with it. But guys, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, show love to people. Guys, if you know somebody in your circle or in your family or in your life that isn't getting treated the best, make sure to hug them, tell them you love them, treat them with respect. Anybody online that you see, if they tweet out having a tough day or something, send them some love because you never know what people are going through. Rodney, I appreciate you as always being on here, dude. You are an absolute gem to have. It's been great working with you. I cannot wait to continue this relationship working with you. Tomorrow, we've got JB from Sports Talking with JB, and we've got Zach McKinnell from FCS Football Central. He will be on the show along with me and Rodney to talk about the Senior Bowl because all 4 of us will be at the Senior Bowl and we will be doing media. That is in 2 weeks, or less than 2 weeks, actually. But guys, love y'all. Thank y'all again. Make sure to like and subscribe. Trey, I appreciate you all night in the comments, popping off. Even though you're a disgusting Eagles fan, I'll never forgive you for that. But still, you're a good dude. I got respect for you. And yeah, guys, love y'all. We will have content. We'll have streams and videos coming out from the Senior Bowl. We'll be live next week as well for the NFL Divisional Round recap and the wild card look forward to. Which, by the way, Championship Sunday is the weekend of the Senior Bowl. So maybe we talk about maybe staying an extra day, maybe watch Championship Sunday together. I don't know. We'll figure that out. But anyway, guys, love y'all. Thank y'all. Bye.